Freddie Freeman in front of Will Smith. An off day.
Lauer, he's very deceptive. The arm angle, he hides the ball.
Mookie hits one hard to left field. And that's a leadoff bomb for Betts.
You know, we had a conversation.
7 consecutive balls for Lauer. Throw into center. Freddie now. Another 3-2. Smith puts one in the air. Right center field. On the track. Has the out. The Dodgers have their second run. 28 games. Just 8,402 ABs. That's lifted. A play it short.
12 innings pitch.
Toward left field, Yelich. Craig Counsell starting lineup for the Brewers in Game 2 of the series against the Dodgers.
It's over anyway, but glad to see that Noah's doing well.
No walks or strikeouts.
100 miles an hour.
Died. A leadoff base hit for Yelich. Opponents have been running on Syndergaard. Adames on the track. Jumps
great route, great focus, knows where the fence is. Has to pitch to contact. Lose your competitive nerve.
Soft grounder to second. This could be 2.
Nice.
It should be 2.
Sense.
May not feel it or have it. You got to compete.
He's working very hard.
Outman hustling over to get it as Taylor.
Stays with them his way, obviously slumping.
1-2. Elevate. Rojas shoots one to right field. Dumped down for a base hit. Green light for Outman. The throw home. Not there. Outman safe.
And all of a sudden it sails away.
Mookie drive to left. 2 out. RBI.
Yeah, it's turning into a bullpen.
Rojas' RBI single.
That blister off that area.
Ground by Rojas. 1 down. Then picked up by the Dodgers. 2 away. We saw him in the dugout after last. 1 to Bryce Terang. Pop. Rojas hit.
Back in that rotation. So that's going to be very tough to overcome.
Freddie flies out. Flowers 1-1. Driven to left. Yelich on the track. At the wall. It is gone. The 5th of the year for Will. Up to right. Look, not only has he. Yelich. That slice to left. Taylor does. Second highlight play.
I talked to him later during VP. Good pitch.
Yeah, strike 3 call. Took a hit away from Yelich and a run away from Milwaukee. That's Taylor. Will it?
Oh. Glove side, and all of a sudden he runs out of real estate.
On Rojas.
Really good people.
Tipped into the glove.
Put your shoulders down.
He's worked it full. There he goes. It's who's in, who's out. Brought to you by In-N-Out. Bryce Wilson.
Aaron says he's gone 2 innings. Battle of the bullpen.
Goes for second. Ground ball to third for Anderson. Play it to Les. Anderson against. Makes the play.
Make all the plays. Obviously
with Ramon De Jesus' call.
Has a Prince Fielder effect on everybody.
Mr. Brewell for the second out of the 4.
Since been inconsistent.
Brewell punches his ticket.
Yeah, get it in their pitch mix, and that's why he hasn't squared that up. That's a good pitch right there.
The short.
See, Wilson.
We're just going to have to hit one the other way, but right at Rowdy Tellez. Back.
I sure can. There's actually been speed. That's what allowed to have a kind of new carpet on the ground.
What they need to do to be successful.
Just in front of the wall.
If not, you're going to win that ball game.
Field, Mookie hustles in, calls up. Trying to do too much. He's not thinking about doing spot on the track. But on the way again, Caratini. Vargas with a drive. Left center field. Miggy's got one. Broken bat for James. And Terang.
Vargy work in the minor leagues, big leagues, and that's a credit.
He's made it 6-0. This year, they're 9-1 so rule. And now Gonzalez track more casual than the other. Jesse Winker's DH spot second. Aesthetic.
Yeah, man. Good pitch.
Yes, sir. That's 3. It's nothing Dodgers.
Dodger prospect.
0-2 grounded to short. Adames Haas with the first out. Look out, Mookie.
You know, the feel of the organization from top to bottom. You don't figure it out here, it's going to be very difficult.
Rowdy watching Mookie. Lined up the middle for corners with 2 down.
How is this the pitch behind?
So they're at the corners, 2 down. That's ball 4. Loading the
that pitch. The top.
Muncy swings at the 2-strike pitch at first. 1 away.
That's a drive to center. Thompson back. It's number 10 for Rowdy.
Calling that today, though.
2 away.
You can change all the rules you want to in baseball.
And now Caratini out to deep right center. That's back out of room, gone for Victor.
Miller gets Turan to 4.
Strong young man.
Garland nearly hit. Oh.
No.
It's frozen in the booth, just missed. I mean, you pay off to Rojas. That's ball 4. Setting up in. Popped up. Long travel for him.
Cool.
Freddie lets it eat on the foot on the track. 6-2 in the CIF Southern downs for Taiwan. Going to go first out.
Breaking ball, hanging changeup. 96 to 100.
It's ripped through the.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. That this frame. That's a bullet. His 3rd hit of the ball game. Chris Taylor grounds us to second, and they can't get.
Anderson had to force the defense to play clean baseball.
Oh, Max Muncy. His pitch grounded to their play to turn 2, and they did. Vargas rolls one, throws across. Woo! Yeah, Bayou.
Sanker.
Broken bat left. And Freddie.
To be able to give Brewstar the
Ground ball right side. Vargas with the backhand. Shovels it to Rojas.
hey, let's just get another out.
On the ground, up the middle. Vargas has it. And that's a win for the Dodgers. 6-2 the final to even the series in Milwaukee.
Yeah, you know, I was seeing the ball pretty good, I guess. You know, I think I hit a cutter, fastball up for the homer, a couple singles up the middle. So, yeah, it's a good day at the plate as well.
There's been a lot of talk that when it comes to facing lefties, the Dodgers have been having some challenges offensively. How did you guys, though, turn around that narrative today facing Lauer?
Yeah, he's kind of had our number in the past. So, you know, we just, come together, come up with a plan. You know, we changed a little bit of it from the last couple, times we faced him because it didn't work. But, yeah, just good at bats. We didn't really give in. We moved the ball with 2 strikes. A couple homers helped. But, yeah, it was just a good offensive day for us.
And a good win. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
To start with Noah, what has been communicated to you as to the injury and kind of what's next for him?
Right now, his index finger, the padding of the index finger just kind of started bleeding, scabbing. It was pretty much raw as I looked at it. And so we tried to kind of mend it, didn't take. So he couldn't obviously go any further. Right now, we're just going to kind of see how it is in the ensuing days and see what we do from there. So, yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now.
What's kind of your concern level as to if you think this could be an IL stint for him?
I think we'll know more in the next couple days. He's had it and has put stuff on it to keep it at bay. Tonight it just didn't take. So that's more of a training staff question, but certainly the IL is a possibility, but we want to give Noah, the training staff, some time before we make that decision.
How much of a factor was that in skipping him in rotation?
That wasn't because that wasn't a part of that didn't factor in at all. He's pitched with it, but we've had it covered up, so it didn't play a part.
You said it happened a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Has it been, how many starts do you
I think it's been probably 3 starts now, including tonight.
What do you think of the job by the bullpen, though, after that to shut it down?
The bullpen was fantastic. It's a tough spot going into tomorrow, but what they gave us tonight was huge.
just clarify, 3 starts that he's been dealing with this finger issue?
I think 3 starts ago, that's when it happened, and he's been dealing with it for 3 starts. Yeah.
How deep was that cut? I saw a picture. It looked pretty nasty.
It was pretty nasty. It was raw, and even in that first inning, there were numerous pitches that he threw that had, blood residue on it. So, he was willing to keep trying to go, but to what end? There's still ineffectiveness part too.
Is that what the umpires were communicating? Like, I guess when they first came and checked his hand?
It was trying to figure out the dermabond because it didn't take, and then trying to reapply it. But it takes time for it to set.
The way you were able to produce against a left-hander has given you trouble in the past. Was there any difference in your approach, or what do you think was the key to the success against Lauer?
I don't know. I just thought Mookie starting it off with a homer, I think, was helpful. And we got his pitch count up. And I just thought up and down the lineup, I thought we took much better bats than I recall in years past against
First, if you could kind of just take us to the start of the game, because it seemed like the umpires were checking your hands. You came back here. Can you just kind of explain what happened there and then kind of lead us up to then your exit with your hand?
This is kind of the first time dealing with this. It happened a couple weeks ago in a bullpen, and it doesn't really affect me like pain-wise. I just think like my finger catches a seam, or it might be like the opposing thumbnail that might be causing the issue. Not really quite sure, but warmed up fine in the bullpen, and then went to use the restroom before the game, and looked down. My hand was bleeding pretty good. Tried to do what we could to make it serviceable, but it just got to the point where it's probably going to just continue to open up. And it doesn't really bother me, but it's just more so like the blood was causing a grip issue. But right now it's sealed up pretty good. I just think just didn't have enough time for the sealant or whatever it was to dry. I tried to do my best to stay in the game, but it didn't work out.
Is the sealant what the umpires then saw when they kind of were checking your hand, or was that something totally different?
That was just, it was all involved. I'm not sure what protocol is. I think that now if there's like a blister or something going on the pitcher's finger, you just have to let the umpire know that there's something on the finger. And then in my warm-up pitches, they put the sealant on before the game, and then in my warm-up pitches didn't have enough time to dry, and that's what they're kind of trying to do, just kind of mitigate the damage as much as they could.
Start with a blister?
Yeah, like the skin itself had a little bit of a blister, so it's kind of raw and weak and thin. So I think that's just kind of helped facilitate the cut.
When you were, skipped in the rotation the last week or so, were you throwing a lot or less than normal to let it heal? Or?
No, nothing out of the ordinary. I dealt with this in a bullpen maybe 4 weeks ago. I don't really remember when, and I recovered okay, and it didn't bother me. It's just happened before the game. Couldn't really do much about it.